another thing is around communication. So once you understand what your why is, what your strengths are, how do you put that out into the world in a confident and influential way?
Another great question. You're just giving all the bangers, Hannah. This is such a good chat. Okay, so a trick that I like to use is I always road test, not always, but if I'm ever feeling ambivalent about communicating my brand or my why or something that I'm working on, I shoulder tap my best friend, Hales, and I said, like, Hales, from your perspective as a reader, what do you feel from this post? And she gives feedback for that. And I kind of say, like, this is the outcome of the post, or this is how I like my readers to feel, or like this is the one thing I'd like them to take away, and I'm not sure if I'm hitting the mark. I know myself, I can be super critical because I'm a recovering perfectionist. So every time I write something, I'm just like, I'm not sure. That's why I'm not so much putting it out there to get validation, but I'm putting it out there to get a different perspective. So I always say, like, does this sound like me? And she always comes back with like, no, I actually think you need to add more of this in there, or like this, I don't understand how this is relevant. Or she comes back and she says, like, yeah, you've nailed it. Like, that's definitely like a Steph post. Just to get the essence, it's easier to share that with somebody who knows you than to like blast it online and just
Mm,
um kind of be like hungry hippos. It's like play that wedding game and like, did it hit the mark? And sometimes when you're writing posts about you, I know a lot of people are afraid to, because like they don't want to, I don't want to be snobby or stuck up, or like I don't want to brag. But most times it's like you're writing that post for you. You're the reader, and it's as much to commemorate the amazing work that you do as it is to like appease the audience. So that's something that I don't want everyone to lose sight of. And I know myself in the posts that I write, sometimes this is going to sound really nerdy, but like I refer back to my LinkedIn posts, and I'm looking for inspiration, and I'd be like, oh, that's something that I wrote. How does it apply to like what I'm doing now? And I can
yeah,
kind of like unpack that further.
I love that. That's exactly what we do as well. I feel like we're so similar. So yeah, with like writing posts and things like that, you're so right. I think it's important that it's genuine and it's authentic, because there's only one of you in the world. So you want to make sure that you
Yeah.
put out who you are. And yeah, also checking that intent with someone, or checking it with someone who you trust and just saying, this is my intent. Does it come across in that way? And just getting that feedback from someone. I think that's amazing. Something else, so a lot of our community would be doing freelancing or wanting to show their value to others and put themselves out there in the industry. Would you have any tips around doing like an elevator pitch, or knowing how to, in a short sentence or whatever, to be able to explain what they do and show the value that they have? Do you have any tips?
Definitely. I'm in that boat. I have a portfolio career where I am freelancing myself, and I think that goes hand in hand with career reinvention. It changes. It As a freelancer, what I've noticed is what you start doing might not be what you eventually want to do, or it might evolve, or it might be project based. So I think it's to really understand the audience and tailor it to those needs. So I'm thinking like the empathy map. So if I'm talking to a prospective client of mine, like, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? What are their pain points? How can I add value to them and be able to share that? However, if it's like a holistic elevator pitch that you want to put on your LinkedIn bio or your website, I really want to narrow down to what is it? It's like your unique selling point, USP, which sounds really
Yeah.
scientific, but it's really kind of your DNA in terms of like the value that you bring. So what I encourage my clients to do is think about the testimonials that you've had from the clients or the team members that you've worked with, and you can refer to your LinkedIn recommendation page, and you can draw upon how they describe you. So if you're someone who's analytical, you can highlight that, like, analytical, like, ex professional who is skilled in being analytical XYZ. Or you can do something different. You can really think about who do you want to be in the future sense, and work backwards from that. So it might be like an emerging professional who's interested in XYZ, and work backwards from that. I think with the elevator pitch, it's something that it's hard to do by yourself, which is why I think there's a lot of value in roping in your support network. So that might be your partner, your manager, if you have a good relationship, your previous manager, your colleagues, or your best friend in my case, and really just bounce those ideas until it does feel right for you.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. So cool.